I'm going to tell you 10 things that nobody else will tell you about the spiritual path. Hi, my name is Patty, and I'm a spiritual practitioner since 1979, and I am here to help you grow and mature in your spiritual development. So like and subscribe if this kind of content relates to you in some way, shape, or form. Number one, your journey is personal. It doesn't have to be advertised to everyone else, and it is sacred. And no matter what your spiritual journey is, whether it's a 12-step program, going to Christ Fellowship Church, going to synagogue, going to mosques, whatever that is, it's yours, and you can do whatever you want. I encourage you to do what resonates with you, not what you think is really cool. There's a difference. Number two, awareness is the first step. Awareness of your thought patterns, your belief patterns, how you show up in the world. This may be the first time you start looking at yourself. It isn't just about going, oh, love is beautiful, life is beautiful. No, life can be really hard sometimes. And you have to see your participation in it by becoming aware of yourself. Number three, it takes humility to be on a spiritual path because you will be brought to your knees one way or another. That's part of the awareness part. Once you start becoming aware of who you've been acting in the world and a layer is removed, you're like, ah, it happens. And so humility for me means to be humble. It doesn't mean humiliation. However, I have made a lot of decisions in my life that have brought me to my knees. I've had experiences outside of me that have brought me to my knees, and I'm begging to God to please fix them. If you've been to that place, that's where you need to go for humility. And my goal is to be humble without having to go through all of that. And that is really one of my quickest ways to God, is just to be humble. Number four, your ego will resist whatever change that you want to implement. So you decide you want to go on a spiritual path. You're going to practice humility, and your ego's like, nope, I ain't doing it, because your ego wants to be in charge. It needs to be validated, and it needs to know what's going to happen next. And for your ego to give up, it's going to take a lot of practice and a lot of awareness. And number five is your spirituality is about practice, not theory. I'm sure you've seen a lot of people on YouTube or Instagram or whatever social media there is where they're talking a really good game, but they don't tell you how to do it. They don't tell you the things that will happen. And so spirituality is about practice. It is about doing the hard work. Because in order to grow, which is number six, it takes time. You can be the most talented and gifted pianist in the world, but if you're not practicing, you're not going to continue being the best in the world. It takes practice. So stop doing this and do more of your practice. And number six, healing is not only important, it is necessary. And when I'm talking about healing, I am talking about emotional and psychological wounds and trauma that you have had in your past. And if you do not deal with them, if you don't work with a licensed therapist or psychologist to help you heal those wounds, it will show up in a way that you don't want it to. And you will use your spirituality, that feel good, and still have this stuff inside of you. And then you'll become disillusioned and in despair because you haven't done the work. So absolutely do the healing. And number eight, you will make mistakes. It's part of the journey. No matter what we do, we always make mistakes. And to me, it isn't a failure. It just means that I have to go and move a different direction. I have to do something differently. So have compassion for yourself. And number nine is discernment. Nobody talks about using discernment. We get so excited and so happy where we're at and wherever we're with these wonderful people or in our spiritual meditation, whatever is going on. But discernment means taking a breath, taking time, assessing the situation before you move in. So for example, I can fall in love with people very easily, but it takes a while for their character to show up, just saying. And then also discerning the messages that you receive. Some people call them downloads, but is it from a higher power or is it from your ego? That's for you to determine, but I can give you a hint. If you get really, really excited about it, oh, sounds like a great idea, it's probably your ego, because the soul whispers, it doesn't yell. for me anyway. And number 10, your connection with other people and with yourself using compassion. Nobody talks about this, but I want you to know that if you're going to change the world with your love and compassion, you first need it for yourself, and then you get to practice it with yourself, those unloved parts of you, and then you get to have that compassion with others right in front of you. If you like this kind of content and this resonates with you, please put something in the comment below. If you'd like to have more further classes on this, and like, subscribe, and share it with somebody, because you know there is. I love you.